Al Burke just got dropped like a bad habit by the Ultimate Warrior and going to get a big splash. And I think Warrior's even going to carry him backstage after the match. This is before he's Intercontinental Champion. We know this is sort of the beginning of the summer, but by the end of the summer, SummerSlam will be here and he will become the Intercontinental Champion. Could you see in this era, like, hey, he's going to be one of the next top guys? Did you think that he could perhaps follow Hulk Hogan in this era?
I remember when we were told that it would be Ultimate Warrior against Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 6. I remember thinking, wow, that's novel because fans love Ultimate Warrior.
Yes.
Fans love Hogan. And normally you had a villain to face Hogan at WrestleMania. And this time it's going to be a babyface facing Hogan. I thought it was novel. I thought that, and again, talking about larger than life characters, Ultimate Warrior was that. His character was bigger than the person himself.
Coming up next is something that I've never seen, and I can't wait for you guys to see it with me. It is a real dream match that I can't believe happened. It's
Okay.
Coco Beware and the Blue Blazer. They're teaming up. Now, you would see them later as High Energy, but Coco Beware and the Blue Blazer taking on the Brainbusters.
Whoa.
Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard with Bobby the Brain Heenan in their corner. I mean, this is really cool, man. Like, I wouldn't have guessed this match ever happened, but here it is. This is going to be fun.
I wouldn't have guessed either, but obviously, while they were there, they used the Brainbusters a lot,
Yes.
and hell, rightfully so, right?
But I mean, just Owen Hart working with Arn and Tully is like, wow.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I want to see that, right?
Absolutely, I want to see that. And here we got it, man. Coco Beware looking as only he can look. Got the Birdman suit on. Got Frankie, and here is the Blue Blazer, and maybe our favorite tag team of all time. I mean, one of them for certain.
No
Arn and
question,
Tully.
no doubt.
Can you imagine if they would have stuck together as a tag team? I mean, when people talk about them as being one of the greatest all-time tag teams, and I know FTR hold them in that place, they weren't together really all that long as a tag team. You're only talking about a handful of years, but
Right.
man, they had great matches every single night.
Yeah. And you know what? So does FTR.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I was talking with Dax the other day, and I said, listen, uh, you guys, I've never seen you guys have a bad match, and he really appreciated that. And I was sincere. I wasn't trying to suck up to him. I don't need to suck up to anybody anymore. Uh, but I just really appreciate what Dax and Cash, and even Dax. And as we're recording today, and as this airing, he's going to be facing Okada tonight. Uh,
Oh my, I missed that. Holy
yeah,
shit. What a
yeah.
match that is.
Never disappoints, and Arn and Tully never disappointed as well. You know, the ability to quote unquote do a promo and be able to work. Many few people, few people were able to do that, and the ones that could were stars. Whatever happened to Frankie? Oh, what happened to Frankie? I know he's no longer with us. Was was the bird petrified? Do you ever hear stories about that when he came out? Did Coco Beware ever talk about that?
You know, I'm not sure. I think unfortunately Frankie died in a fire.
God, really?
I think so.
But I
I'm
mean, he was always flapping his wings. I just wonder if he just was scared to death. He had to settle down. If he shit himself, I don't know. Because
That's a great question
yeah,
because I'll be honest, I never considered it because I just grew up with, hey, this guy brings a Komodo dragon to the ring, this guy brings a bulldog, this guy brings a snake, this guy brings a bird. I mean, there's all these over the top presentations and gimmicks in the WWF. I was just used to it.
right.
And it never even really crossed my mind until I think it was AEW. I think it was in Chicago, maybe. And Cody went to bring Pharaoh to the ring with him, and the pyro went off. And man, Pharaoh was not having a good time. He did not enjoy that at all. And that never crossed my mind because I'm just like, well, there's been so many animals, but we're learning as we get older and better as a society. Hey, maybe we should take the feelings of the animal into consideration here and not stress this little rascal out. So
Right. Yeah, that's true. I think it was at the first Double or Nothing where
Oh yeah,
Pharaoh,
you're probably right.
where Pharaoh didn't react well to the pyro.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember Laurie, my daughter, used to say, "Why don't you bring Bug with you on the road?" I went, "Well, I'm not going to leave him in the hotel,
Yes.
and I'm not taking him to the venue where I'm out front doing the show and he's back there and behind, and the pyro hits." I said, "I'm not doing that to him." So that's why I never took Bug with me anywhere.
It's one of the rare occasions where even he would rather be with Lois.
No, I still don't think he'd rather be with it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, he loved Lois too. Gosh, I mean, when I was gone, he sat in her lap the entire time
Wow.
I was gone. So yeah, he was not only missed by me, missed by Lois. Um, but yeah, bringing animals to the ring and it just freaks them out, right? I mean, and I go back to the. It makes me laugh, and maybe I shouldn't. I go back to Oz and the monkey on the chain with
Oh,
Kevin Sullivan.
that was not good.
That was not the monkey. The monkey tried to hang himself
The monkey died.
that night.
Yeah.
Are
The
you serious?
pyro went off, the monkey jumped. Kevin Sullivan had it on a leash, and unfortunately, I think they broke that monkey's neck accidentally.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because when he started to go crazy, I mean, this is the story I've heard,
Okay.
that the thing's going crazy, and Kevin's got it on a leash so it doesn't run out in front of the crowd or whatever. But when that pyro goes off, the monkey just jumps like, "Get me the hell out of here," which
Right.
I understand.
Right.
But I think when he did it, because Kevin had him on a leash,
It broke his
cracked
neck.
his neck, and that was it. And I think that's the reason maybe they cut away, because they didn't want to show Kevin dragging a dead monkey to the ring. We got better, guys, and I know that sounds like a horrible story, but I can only imagine the horrible shit that's happened in the circus before that got
Oh
outlawed.
yeah. Yeah.
You know,
And that was the same show where Big Josh,
had the
Matt Borne,
bears pissing all the way to the
pissing
ring.
all the way to the ring, which was fucking hilarious.
One of the all-time. But again, why are there bears? And in WCW, who the shit got Scott Steiner approved to bring a tiger to the ring? I mean, there's just crazy stuff through the years with animals.
Well,
The animal I like best in wrestling was Hawk's tag team partner.
yes, he was the best one.
Yes.
And unfortunately, he's no longer with us as well.
But Kevin Sullivan didn't have him on a leash.
No.
Hey, we need to shout out Kevin Sullivan. I know you don't know this, but I got word this morning, and I hope I'm not betraying confidences. But boy, if you're listening to this live, throw a little thoughts and prayers to Kevin. He and I normally record on Monday, and we have a fun bonus piece of content we create for ad-free shows called Tuesdays with the Taskmaster. And it's always just been pre-recorded, but last week we did our first live one and loved it. And I was looking forward to doing a live one with a live studio audience today. But Kevin has had a medical event and is undergoing an emergency surgery. I don't have any other details right now, but before we got going today, I got that news and threw one up for Kevin. And I hope if you're listening to this, you will too, because he is such a valuable member of our little wrestling community. And just thinking about him today as we're recording.